2012 Kia Optima with a 2.4 liter. Today we're going to be changing the oil. So first step is you need to jack the car up. Got it jacked up right there with my jack stand. Then the tools you're going to need are 17mm socket right here with my wrench. My ratchet. You need something to remove the oil filter. Usually you can use a oil cap remover tool, or sometimes you can remove it by hand, but if it's too tight in there, you can grab something like this to kind of loosen it up. This is the oil filter we're going to be using. I know it's not the best oil filter, but it came with the car. That's the part number. Then we're going to use a full synthetic 5W30. You can also use any kind of brand you want, but this car doesn't really require full synthetic. Then we got a drain pan right here. So let's go ahead and get started. So right underneath the car, the oil filter is going to be right here. And if you look right over here, this is going to be our drain plug right there. That's going to be a 17mm. So we're going to go ahead and use our ratchet with 17mm. This is already loose. Just wanted to show you guys where the drain plug is at. Go ahead and drain the oil out. Alright, so we're just gonna let the oil drain out completely. I would recommend replacing that crush washer, so replace that with a new one also. Okay, so after we drain the oil out, we're gonna go ahead and install the drain plug back on. Now we're gonna remove the oil filter. Like I said, you can use something like this to kind of break it loose, or you can try it with your hand first. See if it's loose enough for your hand to loosen it up. So one thing that I like to use is I grab one of these cups right here, and then I use it to remove the oil filter out. As you can see, the oil is leaking out, so I don't make a mess everywhere and get my hand soaked with oil. And then the oil filter just falls right into that cup. I always like to use this trick right here. So once you take the oil filter out, make sure you clean this surface right here. Also double check. Make sure that your old gasket doesn't left behind right here. Because if it does, you could have a bad oil leak and could potentially ruin your engine. So make sure that the old gasket came out with the old filter too. Now this is the new filter, so I'm gonna go ahead and just dab a little bit of fresh oil right here on that gasket. And then now we can go ahead and install it. You don't have to make it super tight. Just make sure that you do your best to use your hand to tighten it up. Alright, so now that we have the drain plug and the filter back on in there, we're gonna go right up here and we're gonna take this cap off right here. Now you're gonna use a funnel to put the new oil in there. This one takes 4.9 quarts. Fortunately, I left my funnel somewhere else, so I'm gonna have to pour the oil without the funnel. Okay, so I added 4.9 quarts in there with the new filter. What you're gonna do next is you're gonna pull the dipstick out and you're gonna wipe it. You're gonna wipe it off and you're gonna stick it back in there, and we're gonna check the level. Alright, so you want it in between those two dots right there. So now our level is good. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna crank up the car and check underneath, make sure we don't have any leak under there. Okay, so we have the car turned on. We're gonna check underneath, make sure that we don't have any leak. So just check around this area and the drain plug right there. If you don't see any leak, take it for a test drive and you should be okay and you should be good to go. And that's it, guys. I hope this video helped you guys out. If it did, give me a thumbs up. Also click on the subscribe button, and again, thank you for watching.